Hi, I'm Stephanie and I'm going on vacation, so I thought we could pack my makeup bag together. And then once it's all packed, we will do a get ready with me to try it all out. Now, first of all, I think it's important to put it into context because there are so many different types of vacations. You could go on a cruise or a city tour or go hiking or on a beach vacation. And depending on what you're doing, that's the makeup that's going to go into your bag. So here's the background. I am going on a recovery vacation. I'm going to go visit my family and coerce my mother to make me some really great home cooked meals. So Mom, get your chili ready because I'm really looking forward to it. So it's going to be a really relaxed, low-key, catching up on sleep, hanging out with people I love, really relaxed. We're not going to be doing anything fancy. We're not going to be going out to any fancy dinners as far as I know. It's going to be super casual, which means I don't need a whole lot of makeup, but I do like to bring some with me because it is my moment of zen and I do enjoy makeup so much. So I want to have at least a little bit with me. So that's the background that's going to go into this. It's going to be simple makeup that's easy to use, that makes me feel good and confident and have fun, and maybe be a little bit expressive. We'll see. Let's switch to the overhead camera so we can pack the bag. So this is the little KITPAK mini palette that I'd like to fill. And the first thing I want to reach for is foundation and concealer. And I think I'm just going to use my Salt New York colors for this, and I am going to specifically use the darkest one because this is actually, I think, the only time of year that I can wear this. This is shade N10. Nope, not that one. This one is shade N10, and this is the skin tint, the Sneaky Balm. So I'm just going to put that in there, and this is N10 in the concealer. This is the best case concealer. So this will be my foundation and concealer for my trip. And I think I have these in smaller packaging, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take them in those because the last time that I traveled, I took this with me. It's another one of the KITPAK things. Every once in a while, they come out with like limited edition colors, and I like to pick out the different colors because up to 4 of these little guys can fit into one of those small bags. And so, you know, if I have the different colors, then I can tell, oh, this one is for my complexion and this one is for my color cosmetics, you know, things like that. So this is what I am going to use for, let's see, I think we're going to take this little guy because it'll be easier to get this out. I'm going to take the Sneaky Balm in the green shade just in case my redness comes out to play. So that's going to go in there. And I think I would like to take my Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate duo. Now, I had it in the original packaging for the longest time, but the packaging is actually pretty big because the pans are very deep. And so it's just easier for me to get the product out when it's in these smaller pans. So my bronzer will be the Shade and Illuminate bronzer from Tom Ford, along with the highlighter that came in the same palette. And let's see, I think this is the Sneaky Balm Best Case Concealer in Peach. So I use this as a corrector, and I don't need much. So just this little container of it should be perfectly fine. So there I kind of have all my complexion products. What I am missing now is a blush because I've got, let's see, foundation, concealer, corrector, bronzer, highlighter. Let's get a blush in there. And to do that, I am going to go into this little guy, and I'm going to take Sunburned. It's already like leaping out of the pan at me. This is the shade Sunburned, medium, and this is going to be my blush because this is the time of year where I don't mind looking like I have a sunburn, and I think it's going to pair nicely with this. This is the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. This is Chanel's Undertone. This is Tom Ford Young Adonis. This is Tom Ford Naked Bronze. And this is Charlotte Tilbury's, the Eyes to Mesmerize color. And this one works best without anything. Like, I mean, all of them work really nicely with a setting spray, but this one works really nicely without anything. So maybe I'll take it just for an option. Or you know what? I don't think I am. because it's very similar to, I'm just going to take one eyeshadow with me on this trip. Isn't that crazy? For someone who's obsessed with eyeshadow like I am, just taking one eyeshadow seems like so limiting. But this is kind of what I've been using lately. If I wear eyeshadow at all, it's, let's see, the Couleur Couture in shade Beige Mitzah. And this is just like a really nice natural color that still looks really, I don't know, magical on the eye a little bit. It just has like just enough shine to be eye-catching, and especially this time of year, it looks just like a little bit bronzy, and it fits right in with my skin. So I'm going to be using this. So I don't think I need anything else from this palette here. I'm kind of wondering, do I want to take this? This is my favorite color corrector. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish color corrector, which I depotted because the compact was getting so decrepit that I decided I would just put it in here. So do I want to take that? No, this is smaller. It's more convenient. That's what we're going to do. I've got complexion, I've got correctors, I've got bronzer, highlighter, and blush. So now I need lips, and I think this is what I'm going to take with me. This is the REM Beauty Glossy Balm, and I have it in the shade, I think it's Shirley. Yes, this is the shade Shirley, and it looks so bright here in the package, but it's actually pretty transparent. So it does definitely add some color to the lips, but it's not too much for me, the person who never wears a whole lot of color. I feel like this is just enough, and it's going to look really great in summer, especially together with this. I might be able to put this on the lips as a base and then put this on the top. But I also think it's going to look great because the Sneaky Balm has kind of a doer-your finish, and I'd like to match the finishes. I have a really juicy look. So I think this will be great for a pop of color. But if I want more of a nude lip, then I'm going to take this. This has been like my most used lipstick of late. I've had it for years, but I've just gone through this like obsession phase with it. It's the Givenchy Rose Perfetto in shade 110. And it's kind of like almost my lips shade, but just like a little bit lighter, maybe. I don't know. No, that's pretty much the color of my lips, I think. But what I like about this is when I'm wearing that dewy finish, then it kind of makes my lips match my skin, and it just gives it more of a natural look, which is funny because I'm like putting something artificial on my lips to get the natural look. But I think I'm going to take these. My eyeshadow will be this Dior shadow, as we've already talked about. And the only mascara that I have open right now is this one. It's the Diorshow Mascara in shade 694, which is the brown. And I've really been liking this. I got this for Christmas from my mom, and it's just been such a fun change for me to wear such like a fancy mascara, since I normally only wear ones from the drugstore. I've really been enjoying this one. So that'll be fun to have with me. And I need a brow pen or pencil. And in this case, I'm just going to bring my NYX Makeup Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. That's really simple. And then I'm going to bring two eyeliners with me, because if I'm going for a more natural look, I feel like this shade from NYX in the Epic eyeliner, or the Epic ink liner, is Graham Cracker. It's not super defining, but it gives my eyes just a little bit more edge so you can see them a little bit better. So I like that for that purpose. But if I want to look made up, taking a color will do that. And because my look is going to be pretty darn neutral, I think that this will be a nice little pop. It's the Epic ink liner, the Glitz edition, so it has a little bit of sparkle in it. And this color is Tapered Twinkle. And for my coloring, I'm just like really happy with this. And if I want to feel a little bit out there, then I have this as an option. So if I want to feel made up, this will be what I choose. And just in case it's super hot out, I do think I need to pack a powder. Now, my favorite powders are loose powders, but because I'm trying to keep everything really minimal for this makeup bag, I think what I'm going to do is take this. This is a powder that I'm trying. It is the Prisme Libre 4-color pressed powder in the shade 3. And I want to try this because, number one, it comes with a brush, which is very convenient for travel. But number two, this loose powder that they discontinued a couple of years ago has long been my favorite. And everybody has been telling me, why don't you try the pressed powder? So I figured, in the name of science, I will try the pressed powder and see if it's as good as the loose powder was. And this is a product that's still available on the market because they just reformulated. I think it came out like a year or two ago, so it's relatively new. So this is what I will be taking with me for my powder. So here we have, let me open it up again, an overview of what I will be taking with me. Now let's see if it fits into the bag. And I'm going to pack this little mini spatula because I always take like a little stainless steel palette with me to mix the cream shadows or the cream products for the complexion. So I'm just going to pack this in here and look. It fits. The one beauty item I'm not packing is my pillow. And this is where I'd like to thank Sleep & Glow for sponsoring this section of the video. We've all heard of beauty sleep, and the older I get, the more important it becomes and the more elusive sleep becomes. So I have tested several different pillows in recent years trying to improve my sleep situation, and this is now the one that tops my nightly pillow stack, and it has been for a while. It's the Sleep & Glow Omnia, or as I lovingly call it, my face taco. Now, I don't just call it that because it sounds cute and quirky. It's designed to be a face taco, although the brand probably calls it something much more sophisticated than that. But here's why I say that. There is a cutout on the side that is shaped exactly as it sounds, and it's curved in a way that cradles my face. Now, as a side sleeper, that means that my cheek and my eye aren't smashed flat against my pillow for 8 hours straight. And less compression means less creasing when I wake up. So why do I consider this a beauty item? Well, skin is a little bit like paper, and when you keep folding it in the same place over and over again, a crease eventually sets in. That's just how repeated compression works on skin generally, and side sleepers like me tend to get a lot of that creasing if their pillow is putting pressure on their face. Sleep & Glow designed the Omnia specifically to reduce that kind of pressure with the goal of reducing sleep wrinkles over time. I originally tested this pillow for 30 nights for a review, which I'll link here in case you want some more in-depth info. That test ended over a year ago, and I never went back to my original favorite pillow because I genuinely sleep better on this one. I even liked it enough to ask Sleep & Glow for a second one so that I'd have one here at home and one at my parents' place, so I would never have to be without it when I visit them, and that's why I don't have to pack it. Delicious beauty sleep every single night. If you want to try your own face taco, the Omnia Sleep & Glow is linked below, and for a limited time this July, my code StumbleInStyle gives you an even bigger discount than normal, giving you 15% off. But now it's time to get into the makeup. I'm not going to bring any primers with me, but I am bringing my skincare with me because I'm doing my Great Skinvestigation test, so I'm going to have to continue testing things. This is part of my base skincare. It's the Photozyme DNA Youth Recovery Serum, and I use this as a preventative measure, especially in the summer. I feel like it's important. It's like, to me, it has become just as important as sunscreen is. And so this is my base skincare every single morning. I was really impressed with this when I did my Skinvestigation review, so it definitely earned an immediate place in my base skincare, and this is pretty much always my first step in the morning. But I am testing some new things right now, and what I am doing on my face at least is I'm testing vitamin C. We have a drugstore vitamin C here and a luxury vitamin C here, and we're going to see if there's any difference after 3 months of use. So I'm going to put these things on too, and that way I can see how this makeup is going to wear over this setup, even though I'm not wearing a primer or anything. I was on like a bit of a primer journey last year. I was trying to find a new primer because I really like the Bobbi Brown face base. I used that for years and I thought it was great, but it has a lot of fragrance in it, and I like the fragrance actually, but I'm trying to avoid fragrance if I can, just because my skin is getting increasingly sensitive as I age. So let's see, this was the Vanny Cream Vitamin C Serum with ceramides. And now I am putting the Revision Skincare C Plus Correcting Complex 30% on this side of my face. And this is going to hopefully show us a difference. We'll see if one side is better than the other. I took some before pictures already. And so in a couple of months, I will take my after pictures and then we can see if there's been any improvement in either side of my face or if nothing happened either way. I'm not exactly sure what I hope. Like part of me is of course hoping that, you know, one of the products that I'm testing will be great and show me a visible, tangible difference. But part of me also kind of hopes that it doesn't, because then it means I never have to buy it again. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I mean, there's the skincare nerd in me that just likes putting stuff on, but I'm trying to focus on only using products that really do something for me. And that's why I'm doing the Great Skin Investigation. I'm really trying to individually isolate new products and see if they make a change. So I'm going to let this sit on my face, and I'm going to come back, and in the meantime I will have put some sunscreen on. But this is pretty boring. This is just Paula's Choice Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense. And I'm gonna wait for this to soak in, put this on, and we'll get into the makeup from there.
5 minutes later.
My skincare and sunscreen have soaked in somewhat, so it's time to begin with complexion. And we are going to start with the Sneaky Balm in shade 10. So I'm just going to scrape some of this out and put it on my palette. And the question is, do I want to go in with my fingers or a brush? I think I might just go in with my fingers today, because I have a feeling that's probably going to be more of what I would do on vacation, just because like I don't have like my normal setup. I don't have like a vanity or anything. So I think it's going to be easier just to kind of put this on. And now that I'm seeing how red my nose is, I think maybe I should have started with the green color corrector. So we're going to go in with the Salt New York green color corrector first. So I'm going to just take some of that on the palette as well. Right there like that. And we're going to rub this into my nose. Try to even out that redness a little bit. I feel like it's gotten better, but I'm not sure if it's the redness that's gotten better or if it's the texture on my skin that's getting better. I know it's definitely been improving since I've been testing some of these things. I'm going to be really curious at the end of the year to see my before and after pictures, like from like last year and then to the end of the year this year, to see if like the difference is as big as I feel like it is right now. Like, I feel like before and after pictures are the best thing you can do when you're trying new skincare, because it's so easy to overestimate or underestimate what's going on. And the pictures don't lie. They tell the whole story, I think. Okay, I feel like that's better. I don't have my magnifying mirror here, so I can't really see in detail if I'm missing any spots. But that's going to be the way it is when I'm visiting my parents as well. I'm not going to have a magnifying mirror there either. So I'm just going to go in with the Sneaky Balm now and just kind of press it into my skin. This is just such an easy product. Like, I'm so glad that I started using it because it really is easy. Like, foundations can be easy too. Like, I've been using the House Labs foundation. I bought that over Christmas time and I really, really like it. And it is easy to use, but it's a foundation. And even though I feel like the coverage of it is pretty natural, I'm just going to add just a little bit more of the Sneaky Balm. Even though the House Labs finish is really natural, I do feel like it is a foundation, whereas this is just really a skin tint. And so it's perfect for vacation when I don't really want to look like I'm wearing makeup necessarily. I just want to look like my skin is refreshed. And a skin tint is perfect for that. And I like that it's in this format because I can bring this in my carry-on and then I don't have to worry about it. Nothing's going to explode on me. Okay. So let's also add some of the concealer. This is the Best Case Concealer in shade N10. And once again, I'm just going to use my fingers because I think that's what I'm going to be doing when I'm on vacation. Although once again, I should have probably gone in with the corrector first. So that's what we're going to do. As you can see, like I don't know, I'm all discombobulated lately. My focus is just like not there anymore. And I'm hoping it's not a permanent thing. I'm hoping it's just a temporary glitch in my system. Because right now I just feel like my whole life is out of order. Nothing's happening the way it should right now. But that's why I'm going to go on vacation. And I'm going to eat some of my mom's chili and hang out with her. and have some nice vacation time. I don't know if you can hear the people upstairs. They're weird. I mean, I don't really know them. Maybe they're perfectly normal, wonderful people. But they have like a little child. I think he's 2 now. I remember when he was born. He can't be older than 3. I think he's 2. And he runs around that place from like 6 in the morning until midnight every day. Like I can hear his little feet running around, and I'm just like, what is a 2-year-old doing running around at midnight? And the thing is, like, I can hear his dad like running after him sometimes. Like they'll be playing ball, so you'll hear this ball bouncing and the little kid running and then the father running after him at like midnight. And it can get really loud. Like they get really rowdy. And I'm just shocked that that kid is up at midnight, because I remember when I was a kid, I was in bed at like 7. I don't know, is that like old school? Do kids stay up late now? Is that like normal? Do I want to do bronzer or do I want to do blush first? I think I want to do bronzer first. I think that's what I want to do. And I think I want to use a brush for this because I think it's going to be easier to spread. This Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate bronzer is in shade 1. And I think if I got it again, I would probably get it in shade 0. Although they've been revamping their collection. I don't know if this is like still an option anymore. But this is usually a little dark for me. This time of year though, I feel like I can pull it off. It just really warms up my skin. So I'm just gonna kind of put that where I get the most tan. So a while ago, I decided to only buy my winter shades of foundation. So I don't buy summer shades anymore. And it's funny because like I used to think maybe I had too many bronzers because I have, you know, a couple of different cream bronzers. And it turns out now I'm actually really happy that I have different shades, because I find that, like, for example, I was using the Makeup by Mario liquid bronzer the other day, and that's great as an adjuster. Like for any of my winter shades foundation, I feel like it's cool enough that it's like it doesn't warm the foundation up too much that it looks like weird or orange, and it's just really nice. But now that I'm wearing this shade N10 of Salt New York that I had when I didn't know what shade to get, this is one of the ones that I ordered and that they sent to me, and it turns out it was a little bit dark, but it's perfect for me in the summer. But now that I'm wearing like a foundation that matches my actual skin tone in the summer, I can use this Tom Ford bronzer and not feel like it's too much. Like it's just perfect. In fact, I can't go overboard with it right now, which is great because then I can just douse myself in it. It's long been one of my favorite bronzer formulas. I feel like it just melts into the skin so beautifully. And we're gonna use the shade Sunburned by Salt New York. This is the medium version, I believe. And all of the things that I'm talking about today are listed in the show notes. So if you end up being curious about something, you can always check it out there. And I also have a discount code with Salt New York. So if you're interested, I say always go for a discount. Yeah, what I like about this is I can't really go overboard with it. Like it gives me that sunburned look, but it's not like too much. It just really melts into the skin. I usually just put the sunburn on the sides of my nose. It's like the sunburn would probably normally happen here, but instead I'm putting it here. I just find that that kind of contours my nose a little bit, especially because I have natural redness on my nose. I'm usually unlikely to want to do that like blush look where people cover their nose in the blush. And I think that's just because like I'm a little bit sensitive to redness on my face just because of my personal skin situation. So that is the skin, and it is very dewy. So I am going to try the Givenchy Prisme Libre, and we're going to use a brush for this. I'm just going to pat this in, and we're going to pat it into one side of my face so we can see the difference. But oh yeah, I see a difference. And I think I like it. Oh yeah. I feel like that made a big difference. Excellent. I feel like though it's a stronger finish. Like this is more mattifying than the original loose powder that I used to like so much. That doesn't mean this is worse. It just means that this is different. Like I felt like that other one left me with a little bit more glow. But to be honest, I think I'm happy with the fact that this is taking down the glow so much just because it was very dewy. It's also super hot here. Like I have a fan going. I hope it's not too loud. I put it on the quietest setting, but Europe does not have air conditioning and the houses are stone and it's an oven. Okay, now I look less sweaty, but I also found like that it took down the color. But it's okay, because like I feel like I still see it. Like I feel like my skin looks more even than it did. Maybe I'll put up a before and after picture so you can see. I think I like that overall effect. But now I need some eyebrows. And the good thing about having this powder is I also have a mirror. Because the one thing about the KITPAK palette, I love the size of this. It's so convenient. It's like a little smartphone. It's so convenient. But it doesn't have a mirror. And mirrors are invaluable, especially for things like eyebrows where you're doing detail work, because when the mirror's far away, it's just kind of hard to see. Okay, the brows are somewhat present, and I think it is time for some eyeshadow. And once again, I think I'm going to use my finger. And I have asked this in other videos, but I'm going to ask it again. If you have a suggestion for a primer, I'm all ears. The ones that I've tried are the Milani one, I've tried the Fenty Beauty one, and I've tried the Urban Decay. Urban Decay used to be my ride or die primer. It was the only one that worked for me, and now it doesn't work anymore. So if you have a good suggestion of something for hooded, oily eyelids that will keep stuff in place, please let me know, because I'm kind of getting desperate. Because maybe that's why I'm also not wearing much eyeshadow right now, because it gets really creasy. I mean, put it this way, like it doesn't get creasy to the fact where it's like gross. It gets like kind of grungy looking, which isn't necessarily bad. But I don't know. I long for the days where my eyeshadow used to stay in place. And oh, I've also tried the NYX, was it the glitter glue? And I think that's actually my best bet right now, but it's still not quite ideal. But yeah, this is just super easy. This color, Beige Mitzah. Just a finger and that's it. That's the kind of vacation makeup I need right now. And I'm gonna do a liner today. We're gonna do brown, which I realize is boring, but that's probably what I'm gonna be wearing on vacation for the most part. Even though I packed the blue one, I think for the most part, I'm gonna be going for the more natural look, and that means brown it is. Boring brown. Oh, how I love thee. I'm in awe of the creators that can talk and put their liner on at the same time. It's like the most challenging thing. It's like rubbing your belly and patting your head times 10. Yeah, but this color is graham cracker, and I feel like it's subtle enough to not really draw attention, but it's present enough to give me a little bit of definition, and I like that. It's perfect for vacation. I think I might get the darker one at some point too, just because sometimes a darker brown is really useful, but this is just like perfect for casual wear. It's a great color. Then we're gonna put on the Diorshow Mascara in the shade brown, and then I can finally show my mom what it looks like. She's the one that got this for me for Christmas, and she hasn't like seen it in person in action. So I don't know. She and I like to talk makeup, so I'm sure she'll be interested. one of the youngins in the family is obsessed with mascara. I mean, she's got beautiful lashes anyway, but whoa, when she wears mascara, she wears mascara. Like, she uses 2 different mascaras. She's got like this whole technique. And I have to say, like, the first thing you see when you see her are her lashes. And it is so striking. And sometimes I'm like tempted to try to imitate that, but I have to say, like, she's got this beautiful exotic eye shape that I just don't have. Like, it's the sort of thing, like, you know how there's just some faces that are just original, like you don't see them very often. Somehow she's just got this really beautiful, strange eye shape that's just gorgeous. And when she does her lashes like that, it's just so dramatic. And I just think, you know, if I tried to imitate that, it would not look the same. Especially with my hooded, deep set eyes. She's got just a totally different set of features. Oh, she's so pretty. She's so much fun to look at. And then the question is, which one do I want to wear? And I think I'll show you the effect of this one and then I'll take it off because I think I want to wear this one because I think it's going to match my top. Plus, look how vibrant this is. This is not the sort of thing like I normally wear, but I think that it's like really actually like a nice color for the summer, even for a beige babe like me. Now, one thing I am noticing is the powder is kind of fading, so the glow is coming back. So I don't know how long lasting that powder is. I will have to do some more testing. The other thing is that the original loose powder also didn't have a whole lot of staying power when it was this hot for me. And so I would often use the Huda Beauty powder in Pound Cake instead. And then if I really needed like the big guns, that's when I would use my one size powder. So this, I feel like just, I don't know, matches the makeup a little bit better. Makes my lips go with makeup. Rose Perfetto in shade 110. I just really like this lately. I don't know. But we are going to take this off because I want to wear Shirley. I thought about, like, I have a Givenchy in like a really nice pink and I really like that color and I think it would look great at this time of year. But the reason that I'm not bringing it with me is because it's got a matte finish and I don't know, I'm really into matching finishes right now. Like, I really like the fact that my face is kind of dewy and so my lips are going to be juicy as well. So we're going to put Shirley on. And see, like, it looks so vivid in the tube, but it's really not so bad. I say not so bad as if vivid is a bad thing. It's not, I'm just color shy. I like to put on a thin layer of this because it gets kind of like goopy feeling if I put on too much. But I just feel like it's a fun summer color. It's kind of corally, makes my lips look juicy. So we're going to take my hair down and do some final thoughts. All in all, I would say this is a very, very simple but summer-friendly look, and that's exactly what I'm looking for this trip. I like the fact that everything fits in this tiny bag, so I don't have a whole lot to think about. And my skincare is also going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to take the stuff that I'm testing with me, and other than that, I'm going to just leave everything here. I'm going to try to really minimize what I bring with me and relax. Do you have any plans for the summer? Are you going on vacation? If you are, what kind of makeup are you bringing with you? Are you the type of person who doesn't really bring much? Are you the type of person who brings way too much? Normally, I would bring like a whole makeup bag, but just lately, I haven't had the energy to. But I think this is going to work out really nicely for me because it is all mostly makeup that I can use my fingers with, and I think I'll just have to remember to bring like a powder brush with me so that I can put the powder on. Although, it does come with its own little brush, so maybe I don't have to bring any brushes at all. Wow, that's weird for me, not using any brushes. I just realized I had this little seed in my teeth for the whole video. But you know what? I think I'm just going to keep things real. I think I'm just going to post the video anyway, even though I had something in my teeth the whole time. So thanks for putting up with me and not just leaving because you think I'm gross. That's what's been happening lately. Like, I eat a lot of nuts and seeds, and I didn't used to. Like I kind of changed my diet to include them, and like what I'll do is I'll clean my mouth and then they kind of pop up out of nowhere. They're like phantoms. They just attack, especially when I am talking to someone I really want to impress. That's always when the seed will end up in my teeth. So that means I must really want to impress you. So thank you for hanging out. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to say hi in the comments. I always love to hear from you. And thank you to my channel members and patrons, including my Adagio angels, for making content like this possible. I hope we can all remember that even stumbling is a form of moving forward. So let's stumble in style.